I'm going to bounce these stems down, export them so that you can play around with these tracks in your own DAW. And I thought it'd be useful to make a quick video showing you how you would bounce stems for someone else to mix. Now, even though I've mixed everything in Logic, I've added all these effects, I've got everything panned, I've got everything mixed within this track. If I was bouncing this down to mix it fresh in a new session with the audio rather than the MIDI, or if I was bouncing it down as audio stems to send to somebody else to mix, I wouldn't want to include any of these effects. I would want to take off the reverbs. I'd want to take off the panning. That allows the person mixing it to have more control with the audio. Now, what you would do, and I'll show you one track and then I'll leave it at that. You would just go through from the top. You have to do this manually, unfortunately. 1 second. You would click on the track, check what effects you've got on it, check that the master is completely at 0 with no effects. You would turn the fader. Actually, what I would do first, save the session and save it as a new session, because you want to keep that as it is in case you ever need to come back to it. I would call this bouncing. People are strange bouncing. Now you would go to the track, 0 it, solo. You'd also want to select the whole track right up until the end. You go to export, or sorry, yeah, file, bounce, project or selection. Now it's set by default to MP3. I would like to bounce waves. AIF is another format that's high resolution. It's just a preference. Macs tend to be AIFF. I prefer WAVs, and it's kind of like a universal format that people like. And yeah, PCM, wave, normalize needs to be turned off. You click OK. Now you want to create a folder, keep all your files organized. People are strange stems, and you want to label it. So that's synth riser 1, and then it'll bounce. And I mean, this is quite an annoyingly long process, but you want to do it manually, make sure all the stems are exactly right. Now the person that receives these stems, like, you can download these stems now as part of a bonus pack. When you drag them into your DAW and press play, it's not going to sound good. It's not going to sound the way I've just mixed it. It's going to be all the raw files, but it's your job to then make those files work together in a mix.